Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BizzTalk Africa. I'm your host, Jason Schuster from BizzTech, and I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Vidya Mike. How are you today, Vidi?
Hi, I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. And we are here today with Hart, and Hart is the director, is a director at Blaze Hub. Really glad to have you here today, Hart.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. And our topic today is the importance of branding. And before we dive into our topic, Hart, could you go ahead and take a few minutes, tell us about yourself, tell us your story, and tell us about Blaze Hub?
Okay, thank you very much. Like I said earlier, the pleasure is all mine being here. I mean, I'm honored. So, for me, my story um, went to Michael University. I graduated with a second class of the upper division. I studied accounting. So, I
Okay.
know uh, the question going on you guys' mind is how does accounting and branding, how do they correlate? So they don't come into, there's no relation between them. Branding for me, it's something that I have passion for. It's something that it's there inborn. So graduating from university, way before then, I figured out I had this thing for art. Let's say I have an artistic eye. So when I look at something, it's totally different from the way a normal person is seeing it. So I'm seeing a whole lot of different images, different things, how I could recreate things out of what I'm just seeing literally. In other words, making out something good out of nothing. So I started my career as a account executive in an oil and gas company, Akamas Energy, which I left there for an insurance company, Wapik Insurance. I was there as a salesperson. So it gave me this opportunity to learn how to create opportunities, meet more people, meet new people, relate with them, know how they think, and know what they want and how to solve the problem, investment wise, financial wise. So from WAPIC Insurance, which is currently Coronation, I moved to Cornerstone Insurance as a finance officer. Then from Cornerstone, I went to HYT Consulting as a HR person. So I was actually recommended for the role. So um, what they needed was my knowledge of working in the insurance company. So what I was basically doing was recruiting for an insurance company. So what I do, I recruit, onboard, train them on the job. So because they have a 3 month probation period. So my job was to bring them up to speed and enable them stay on the job because they have a target. So if they don't meet that target, they are being laid off. So my job is to make sure they are not laid off, let them know the in and out and how it works, not just working hard, but also working smart. So after that, I was also managing their payroll. So coupled with my accounting background. So that was why I was the best fit for that role. So from HYT, I moved to a real estate company that's Periwinkle's real estate company. So I was working there as a brand, um, as a brand and as an artistic consultant. Let me put it that way. I was working in the branding department. So before all that took place, I never wanted taking branding as a job because for me it was something
Right.
I did for passion, for the passion I had. But at that point in my life, I wouldn't say I was stranded, but at that point there was no opportunities coming for me to pursue my accounting career. So I thought of it and I gave it a shot instead of still pushing while I'm still looking for an accounting job. I could still do this on the side. So way before all this, as soon as I graduated from the university with the knowledge of corporate law and business law, I had this understanding that when you want to start up a company, you need to get it registered and all that. So while I was in the university, I thought of having a branding company. I mean, everybody wants to own a business, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but I thought of a way of letting them know, okay, look, it's not just about starting a business or becoming an entrepreneur, but what makes you stand out.
Right.
That is where branding comes in. What makes you unique? Why should let's say you're into let's say production of breads, so why should I come get your bread and leave others out there? I mean, the competition is mad when it comes to Nigeria and Lagos, precisely that. A whole lot of opportunities. So, this is where branding comes in. It tells a story about your company, it gives you an identity. It attracts more clients, more customers. So, thinking of that, I thought, okay, good. I would like to go into this. So, I finished schooling. I registered my company. It started with just me. Then moving forward, we had one or two other people because I knew I wouldn't be there at all times. So what I just do is vet whatever was created, and at some point, I get some intakes where I still have to train on graphics design and communication, making
Right.
sure
Right.
they get what the clients actually want before even going into starting up anything. Because um, graphics and branding is something that is complicated. You really need to get what your client wants. Because if you don't, you've just at that point you're not going to satisfy the customer because you
Of
didn't
course.
get the picture of what the client is actually trying to paint for you. So
And just for my own clarification, the company that you started, it was Blaze Hub. So this is the
Blaze Hub, yes,
okay,
yes,
okay,
yes,
excellent. So you started
yes,
this
Blaze
right
Hub,
out of university, or kind of
yes.
as you were finishing university.
As I was finishing, the
Right,
idea
right.
came while I was schooling. So it got registered after I finished schooling. So the name, first of all, was Blaze Tech. So at the point of registering the company, I noticed that that name was already taken. So I had to do a rebranding, change the logo, but not different because Blaze Tech was already making a name as at that time. So I just did a few changes, but making sure that when you see it, you know, oh, this used to be Blaze Tech. It's not just another company. So did
That's
some
good.
few
Excellent.
adjustments, then changed it to Blaze Hub. So so while I had that on the side, then I was also pursuing my accounting career. So um, currently, I work with Nigerian breweries as a depot finance officer. So, but
Okay.
which we're not going to be talking about. So, I'm talking about my business as
That's
a
right. We're talking
director
about
of Blaze
branding.
Hub.
We're talking about branding. That's and the
Yeah.
importance of branding. And I think I might have missed this in the beginning. Did you say you're in Lagos?
Yes, I'm in
You're in
Lagos.
Nigeria? Okay, excellent, excellent.
Yes.
Very good. Well, let's I appreciate that. Great background, great story. Accountant and brand passion. That's really interesting. It is a very interesting how you got there. They're so very different. But okay.
Well,
Go ahead, Art.
Well, it's
I
keto,
failed
Hart.
to mention, yeah, sorry about that. I failed to mention, while way back while I was in secondary school, I was the only commercial student taking visual arts as a subject, and I was topping them. I was always the best student in arts as a commercial student.
Very
So the
interesting. Very
passion
So,
came
interesting.
very early.
so
Okay.
really,
Yes.
I think it's not that you chose accounting and your passion is in in arts, it's actually arts is what you should have studied in the first place. The thing is, though, the education system is so focused on people getting, kind of routine jobs that, are
True.
consistent, that you could get a job
True.
and pay for.
True.
And that's where the demand is. The thing
True.
about arts is that it's only some of the best that would actually make it, right? So the
True.
risk of actually studying it and getting a job, it's too much. So for normal people, you can't do that. So I think like getting the grounding and the fundamentals for something that you could always get a job for
Yeah.
and then pursue your passion,
Yeah.
that's the ideal. And think about it this way: you never have to go and pay an accountant, right? You could do the work for
True.
yourself.
That's
But
Very
right.
true.
the thing is, though, in finance, and I know this because I'm an accountant as well originally, and everything comes back to being able to sell.
True.
It's not about you could do all kind of business plans, you could multiply all kind of nonsense and think your business is gonna be like Google. At the end of the day, if you can't get people to buy your product, you have no business. It doesn't matter
True.
what it is. It could
True.
be the most amazing product in the world. If nobody knows it, can identify
True.
it, and want to buy it, you've got no
True.
business. Zero.
That's right. Nothing.
You're out of business. So,
True.
Hart, on that topic, and you could see I'm warming up now.
That's right.
I'm separating my other life into what we have here because I like where you're going with it. I like your passion. Um, so you have your two jobs, you have your world, you're growing your branding business. Would you say, and I really am keen to hear this point, right? At what point in time does a business start thinking about branding? Do you wait till you're really big, or it could be the small corner shop who's actually competing with the other small corner shops? At what size do people start thinking about branding? And then they'll be like, you know what, Hart? Here's the thing: I'm selling sneakers. I need to know how to sell more sneakers on Instagram. What do I do? When do you call Hart up and have a heart-to-heart
Okay.
chat?
Okay.
Ah,
There are different levels where you get to call Blaze up. Okay. It first starts with the imagination. It doesn't even have to be an already existing business. Branding is in two ways: branding and rebranding. Like an already existing company, but they want to rebrand. Things are not going well, things are not going as expected. So they want to know what is it the customer wants? How do customers think? How can they relate to them with probably what's trending and how can they fit in? So at this point, you could be a startup. Let's say you are about to start, but you don't know how the identity you want to take. So at this point, it's from scratch. You're calling Blaze Hub now to structure um, your branding techniques or schedule. Let me put it that way. So at this point, it's from zero. You don't have anything yet. You're just about to start.
right.
At this point, it's just an idea. So Blaze Up can also come into this. Try
Nice.
to try to ask, okay, what is it you want to do? What is it you're going into? Okay, so what are your goals? What are your aim? What's your culture? What does your this company? What does it stand for? So with all these questions, that is how we would use to present samples of logos to you. It starts with a logo, so from there, if you're satisfied with that, you still want more of our services, we could move further. When you've registered the company and you're established at some point, you're a growing company, startup company. Now, at this point, we could also render services of creating, let's say, a social media calendar. So we get to create different graphics for different occasions on different days. So at this graphics creation and at these occasions, we chip in what is it you do. Yes, okay, let me take for instance October 1st, Nigerian Independence Day. Yes, obviously you see every other company who does the same thing you do would put up something about that on the 1st of October. That is to appeal to their clients to recognize that day that something is being celebrated. So, but at that point, you're indirectly creating an awareness as well that hey, we're still in the business from ABC company was saying happy independence to you. So things like that, we create a whole complete social media calendar for different events like that. So that is on another level. Then we still render services. Let's assume you want to create ads on different social media platforms, or you want us to manage your social media handle and run all that through. We also do that. We'll create contents for different
So,
um,
Hart, when do you know that what you're doing is working? Right? So, say for example, what you just said, okay, we have a logo, we create, these social media pages. You could do all of this sort of stuff. When do you know you're having an impact? How do you measure that impact with customers? What tools do you use? And again, tell us about your team. Who is doing what and how do you actually do this?
okay, we just have a team of three currently. And when I mean a team of three, let's say, would I say confirmed? Okay, confirmed staffs. So the rest could be contracted or through partnership. So we have a team of three. I I I I prefer to be referred to as a salesperson in terms of when it comes to Blaze Up, because I feel if I don't go out there to draft out these proposals and all that, I mean, we will not make profit. So most of the time, I'm always out there trying to create the relationship, trying to get more business to the company. So the remaining two team, they're both graphic design, but very talented persons. One has a background in IT, while the other has background in the entertainment industry. So how we know this doesn't work is well before we when we create the logo, it goes through a series of check. After me, we have this community. They are filled with people that are artistic, like with that way. They are filled with art critics. So they criticize any form of art. So at that point, we'll know, oh, this would fly or this would not, or we need to adjust this. So after that, once we are satisfied with that logo, so at this point, when the customer is going through their normal business operation, if they are not getting much turn up from clients or customers, at that point we know, okay, look, we need to sit back, we need to redraft, and we need to know what is it we're not getting right or wrong. So at this point, if it was an ad and we're not getting, the customer is not getting the turn up as expected, so we get to check. We don't use any special app, just through the platform already. Let's say for example Instagram, they already made this easy to know, okay, these are the people, the amount of people that viewed this, these are the amount of people that engaged in this, either male, female, working class, age. So at this point, we now know where to rechannel and redirect our energy towards. Okay, these are the people that goes for this kind of product within the age of 20 to 23. Now,
Right.
once
Right.
we've gotten that, we now get to know what are their interests, what interests them, what's trending for that age range of people. So we pick what's trending, appeal to them. So at this point, you're going through an ad. You just can't flip through. You have to go through it twice. Oh, let's see what is it all about. Then you get to see, oh, these are what they are into. because obviously there are so many people that are into what you're into. Like I said, the competition is crazy, it's mad. So you just have to keep restructuring, keep going back and forth, just to keep pushing forth, just to keep putting yourself out there. So all this infographics, we gather our information from the infographics and we use it to know where to rechannel, either through towards the branding or towards the advertisement part. So at this point, when we redirect our energy, we get to see a little change and we say, okay, you know what, let's do more of this, let's keep doing more of this. It's getting turned up. I mean, the last one we did, we had five interested clients. So with these changes we made, we had 15. So it means
Right.
it's something. But let's assume we made changes and we had like five. I'll say, no, 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 no. This is not the way to go. Immediately, we redirect our steps for the clients, make more research on
Right.
the
So what you're
product
saying
and
is it
all
goes
that.
through you're saying that to test you go through lots of testing before you roll something out. So that's how you would know that it's working? Is that what kind of what you were getting at with all that?
Yeah, but not necessarily a lot of testing. What we look at the figure. Obviously, the graphics and all that is appealing to the eye, but is it channeled to the right market, to the right market
So,
set?
Right.
but I
Got it.
mean, like, of course, you'll always have some content or something where people start to lose interest, right? If it's, a little bit slow, if it's, tired, if you need to get it more exciting. How do you sort of, so something went out and you're realizing that customers are not responding to it. How fast could you make changes to it?
Okay, it depends. If we are the one managing that client company directly, so there's always someone on the watch. There's always
Good.
someone, yeah, on the watch for that. So as soon as it gets out there, if it's something that is obviously it can be something that that will be violent, let me put it that way. So if it's something that is slow or the customers doesn't like, we don't just pull it out. It's already out there. What we just do is um towards the next upload that we're going to do, we're going to address that. Probably if there should be a disclaimer or on the comment section, will
Mm-hmm,
address
mm-hmm.
that. But if not necessarily needed, on the next upload, would get facts, or we'll get towards their reaction of the last post. If it was negative, so we'll know towards the next post, we're not going to go towards this direction. This is what the people want. This is what they want to talk about. This is so we just give them what they want to talk about. We give them what they want to see, and at the same time, we're creating that relationship and that customer base. So not necessarily everybody that gets engaged on the comment wants the product, but at that point, they know, yes, this company, ABC company exists. ABC company does this, and at that point, they might want to just follow, or let's say create a notification alert, because they like what you upload at all times. Is either it inspires them or they just like the look of the graphics. So at
Interesting.
that point, that's what we do. We don't just take out. It's already out there. It's already aired. So you just can't take it out. At that point, it looks like it wasn't vet. It wasn't confirmed before going out. So it's out. It's out. We just address it on the next post or in the comment section.
Okay. Okay. And I mean at that point, I mean what happens if the next three posts they don't respond? I mean, at what point do you sit down and you say, "Okay, I think that the branding is just wrong."
So before we even move to the second one, once the second it's not bringing out turn up the way we expect, this at this point, this is where we now go to figures. check the infographics, check what what went right previously, and check what's going wrong currently. So at this point, we do figure out that, oh, this is what we didn't do right. This the people we've been communicating with, this is the age bracket. So people of this age, they usually don't want to talk about something like this. They usually don't want to talk about something like that. So let's just
Right.
redirect the discussion back to what they want to talk about. Except there's another product, and you know the people you're channeling this to is a different age bracket entirely. So if we check the infographics and see that the people that are talking negative about it are actually not the people we are channeling it to, we still leave it out there because it's expected. I mean, this product wasn't meant for you, it's meant for a particular set of people. So we don't expect everybody to just accept it because it's
Mm.
channeled to a particular um, group of people.
So Hart, I mean, I know we're gonna run out of time, Jason,
Sure.
but I'm on your website, blazehubng.simplesite.com, correct?
Yes.
You've got to explain to me aloe vera.
How does it come
How
into branding?
how does
Okay, okay.
now all the
And
viewers, everybody who's watching this are going to okay, aloe vera. How does this come into it? So
okay, okay. So upon registering Blaze Hub, so like I said, with the knowledge of business law and corporate law, um, I got the knowledge that when you want to register a company, you don't just narrow it towards a particular thing you want to do at that point in time, because in the future time more ideas will come. You would want to go into different fields, and at this point this is what you registered your company to do. So you can't go into something else. You have to register with another name, and with a different product line and all that. So at this point, BlazeUp is not just narrowed to branding. So we do
absolutely,
procurement
guys,
service.
if you want aloe vera,
We do procurement services. So, and aloe vera is
I like
something
it.
that is rare. It's rare, and the demand is on the high side. So
Well,
I
people in Africa who need aloe vera, please contact me because the Caribbean has a lot of aloe vera, and we will be happy to ship
really,
to yes,
wow.
yes,
Wow. Well,
Right.
absolutely.
on this part of the country, it's that's the annoying thing. It's been imported into Nigeria, but we could, you know, produce these things here. So at this point, it's just on a small scale. Let's say door to door delivery. So I'm working towards, let's say, giving proposals to companies that produces soap creams. So they need this aloe vera raw material. So if I could seal a deal with either probably one of these major deals. So what I think our place up will be going into is probably towards agriculture, towards agriculture. So by
Fantastic.
then it will be on a large scale, but right now it's just more like on a very low scale production. So it's door to door delivery, mostly ladies.
Very
Okay.
interesting. Very interesting. Well, we're
Okay.
down to our last minute. So, Hart, if you could, again, I know that's not very much time. Just kind of your last little thoughts for the audience regarding branding. Maybe just the best way to reach out to you or something like that.
Wow, wow. I'm really honored. Okay, so
Sorry, yeah, it's just we run out of time every time. I know 30 minutes.
Always.
It's
no
just
problem.
flies by.
Yeah, yeah. So regarding branding, if you're a startup company, you are already existing company and you want to have a new look, you want to stand out. So you could always reach out to BlazeUp at info.blazeup.ng@gmail.com. You are on Instagram and also on Facebook, BlazeUp.ng. So
Perfect.
reach out to us and we would guide you and give you exactly what you have in mind.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much,
Fantastic.
Hart. I appreciate you being here. And to all of our audience, thanks for tuning in. Vidi, thank you so much for
My
being here.
pleasure.
We couldn't do it without you.
I'm so glad I'm here, Jason. And Hart, thank you for being here.
My
One tribe.
pleasure. My
One tribe.
pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone.
Bye
Have a good
bye.
one. Take care.
Bye.